Hi there, my name is Scott Covert. I've been a developer on the Salesforce platform since 2010, and I am a co-organizer of the DC Salesforce Developer Meetup group. Today I just want to give a quick talk about ApexDocs and how you can use this tool to automate documentation for your Salesforce applications. So I understand that documentation is not the sexiest of topics. Oftentimes in projects it's left by the wayside as developers would prefer to be working on actual features. But it's important to remember for collaboration's sake that it's very important to have documentation so that future developers, which might be yourselves, can easily pick up a project down the road. Essentially, ApexDocs is Java Docs for Salesforce. This is just an example of an Apex class that utilizes the annotations such as date and description, author, param, and return for the methods. You can see here too in a class property, basically ApexDocs will interpret this line automatically as a description since there's no annotation given. ApexDocs is ANT friendly, so it's very easy to add to your ANT build.xml a target that you can run either on a regular basis or when your project's complete to generate an HTML version of documentation for all of your Apex classes. I encourage everyone to go out and check out these additional resources. Essentially, ApexDocs was created by Aslan Bari some years ago, and it's been improved upon by Steve Cox. And Steve maintains a GitLab repository where you can see all the source and build upon the features of ApexDocs. He also provides a really good wiki with documentation format and usage, as well as a download link for the jar file itself, which you'll need in order to use ApexDocs. So I just want to show real quick a live demo of how this works. So first I just want to show on my local machine here, I don't currently have any documentation pulled up for the project. If I go over to my source, you'll see here the class is the same as what you saw before. I'm using the same ApexDocs annotations. And my build XML contains the ant target that I showed before. Now, ApexDocs also uses two files to set up author information as well as homepage information for your documentation. So that's what the docauthor.txt and the dochome.txt files are. So here you can see I set a project name and the author, and over in home I just gave some basic information on this demo itself. So now I should be able to just go over to my terminal and run ant docs, and we should get our documentation. Okay, great. So let's go check and see if that worked. Very cool. So you'll see here you'll have a navigation menu on the left with all of your Apex classes, and by default you'll be brought to that home page based on that txt file I showed you before. Additionally, you can see if I click on the account helper Apex class, you can see information based on those annotations we had put in before about your specific Apex. So you'll see here the description, author, and date information is laid out. Class properties are laid out. Additionally, you can find information on the Apex class methods themselves, such as parameters and return types. Okay, so all the information on this presentation can be found on my GitHub page. And again, the ApexDocs jar file and additional wiki information can be found on Steve Cox's GitLab repository itself. So I encourage everyone to go out and check that out and start documenting your Salesforce applications if you haven't done so already. All right, thank you very much.